All right, guys, welcome in. My name is DFree, as per usual, and we're going to talk about why KID BUU is terrible, absolutely terrible character that nobody should go for. And, you know, really, I'm really disappointed. You know, you look at him and you're like, man, this guy is amazing, and everybody should pull for him. Everybody should own him, etc. Let me turn off other DFree if you guys heard that. But, you know, really, I just think they dropped the ball on this guy, if I'm being honest. There's just so many reasons as to why everybody should just skip this. Like, it's so bad. It's so terrible. And the first reason, I'm going to tell you right now before we jump in, the first reason, I hope you guys are listening very, very closely. The first and most important reason why everybody should skip KID BUU and his garbage release is, and the reason he sucks is, this video is satire. Yeah, the video is satire. This was just an excuse for me to get on live and do a breakdown. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoy it. KID BUU is not terrible. He is not trash. If you know anything about anything in this game, you know KID BUU is not bad. If you know anything about anything in Legends, you know power creep is so insane that there's no reason KID BUU wouldn't be a good character. But you know, in all seriousness, the thought of skipping the banner is a very real thing. There's multiple reasons why. Okay, it's a very real thing. That's not a joke. KID BUU, no matter how good he is, there's two reasons why. First and foremost, the ultra rates at 0.35 are not it, boys. This is they've gotta do something about this. So odds are you're not gonna get him. First and foremost, just go in with an open mind. If you're wondering when he releases in about 30 hours. So yeah, that's the first reason as to why. The second reason as to why is that it is literally the end of April. What that means is in less than a month, we will have anniversary banners live. So unless you are somebody that spends money on the game, it may not be, unless you love KID BUU, it may not be in your best interest to summon here. Yeah, you may not have known that. You may not have thought about that. Those are the two most important reasons why. First and foremost, he's going to be terrible, hard to pull. And next is the anniversary. And they haven't changed the format here. The format's still the same. It's all bad, right? The banner itself is terrible. Okay, so it is what it is. So yeah, let's talk about KID BUU. Hope you guys enjoy, and hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Bro, the gameplay is leaked. He's bad. Okay, so let me actually say this before I proceed any further. I think that there's a real chance KID BUU isn't as good on paper, I think there's a real chance KID BUU isn't as good in game as he looks like on paper when you just sit and read him. So many characters have succumbed to that, for the record. So many characters in this game have looked busted as hell on paper, and then you get them in the game and it's like, they're all right, they're good, but they're not like what I thought, you know? I think there's a good chance that could happen to KID BUU, because that's a good chance that could happen to any character. So if there's gameplay out, like I actually, okay, so I did see some gameplay, but it's like modded. He's not really out yet enough for, like, you know, myself or Goresh or some of my other friends to do videos. So like we don't really, you guys too, we don't really know, right, until we get our hands on him. But if there is some gameplay and you think he's bad, then I think that's fair. Please say the title is a joke. We need better drop rates. Yes. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Toshi, chill. Ultra VB coming anyway. Yeah. So I just want to say this. I think it's super obvious that the anniversary ultra is going to be Vegito Blue. Like, seriously, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's Vegito Blue. Well, okay. There's a few characters that are okay, you know, that could fit that criteria of being an anniversary ultra. But at the top of the list is Vegito Blue. So, like, if you're looking for that, you got to skip this unless you spend money. All right, so let's see what they got going on for BUU here. So BUU, first and foremost, I think the funny thing about BUU is that they took the baseline for Ultra Vegito and said, let's make Ultra Vegito V2, right? So we got, and almost a year apart, because Ultra Vegito was the anniversary or Ultra last year. Anyway, we have another Ultra Yellow defense type Majin Buu Saga character that has an endurance in his kit as well. That's so funny to see. So the main hallmark for this character is the consistent healing. So when it comes to this guy, you are going to be healing repeatedly. The most important thing you need to know about this guy is that he is a very, very wonky kit in terms of like when he wants to get hit, what happens if he gets hit with that gauge he has, things like that. But at his absolute peak, he should be like all the other ultras in the game and shred you to pieces. I also don't think he's an auto win button like Ultra Rose is. I think that's fair too. I don't think he's an auto win button like Ultra Rose. And also I want to say that they've got to find a way to do something with ultra abilities. Ultra abilities are terrible, man. They've always been bad, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But when you start getting all these ultra abilities and you're like, oh yeah, my character is going to get all these buffs. This guy wants to be on a freaking regen team. That's fine. But what if I wanted to run powerful opponent, dude? He's missing out on all these buffs basically, unless he's in the leader slot. But guess what? All the ultras want to be in the leader slot. And here's a look. Let's go ahead and go back over here. Here's a look at how powerful opponent looks now. Look at this top row. There's 5 ultras in this. Okay, there's really 4 ultras. I mean, there's really 3 ultras. But look at this. There's no regen here. This is not a thing. So like, and then hit ultra ability. What is this garbage? Universe rep. So this is they've got to do something. Like there's so many restrictions on these characters, which I'm not really opposed to because of how strong they are at their peaks. But it's just like horrible for characters' team designs, right? So if we look at regen before we get into the breakdown of Buu, I think regen is all right. I think that you could have a really fun tanky team with the green and yellow Majin Buus, the one that just got the equip recently. But he does also still have his own issues because what happens with that Majin Buu is he's gonna get eaten alive, right? I guess you could really it's green, yellow, blue with Zamasu or red with Cell, and you could have like this like really fun like regen motif going again where they just never die type deal. Also, there's some shadow possibilities to run Super Baby 2 alongside Kid Buu. That could be a fun team. Kid Buu would just never die. But yeah, I don't know what this new Super Buu does, which by the way, I didn't put out the thing last night. I was going to, but I was like, dude, I can't. This is just ear rape for headphone users. I went off, dude. I was like, bro, how is the budget going to be used for this guy's art? Look at this art. This is the best art in the game, bar none. I was going off, dude. Not ranting. I was excited. And I couldn't put the video out because I was just yelling. I was just yelling. This art goes so hard. I don't know what he does. Let me read the chat here. The free-to-play Buu, yeah. Garbage indeed. What's the point of giving him an ultra ability if he's put in the leader slot? Regen is in the mud. Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of how things are. Are the stats a mistake or real? So on the legend space, this for one, the stats you were seeing are at level 1, by the way, with no stars, but the stats are broken. These stats are not real. These are like hero stats. Well, like EX stats, I guess. This is not accurate. The graph may be, but the actual numbers are not. Ultimate Gohan should be the Ultra. I would not have been mad about that. He's big mad. Bro has better art than all the LFs in the game. That, like I said, that's actually like the best art in the game. Seriously, in my opinion. It would be better if Ultras came out every 3 months so they can actually provide good Ultras with fantastic stats and age well. I don't really know if that fixes anything because the ultras in this game are dependent on the teams around them, right? Now, hold on. That doesn't mean that they can't carry a team if you're freaking Rose, right? But like, if we go back, and I want to get into the Kid Buu breakdown here really quick after this next point. If we go back to like Kaioken, what did everybody say about that dude? Oh man, he's gonna age really well. Oh man, he's really good. Oh man, he's an infinite combo character because the way his playstyle was awesome. But the main thing that held him back was lack of a team. And I believe his ultra ability was what? Universe survival, and that's terrible because you're never gonna, well, you could, at that point, there wasn't as many. You could put him in the leader slot and not really get punished for it. But like that aged like milk, even though that team is okay. It's okay, you know, it's just okay. I'd rather use Evolution Vegeta Zenkai, by the way. Anyway. But that wasn't the case, right? And back then they were doing ultras every 3.5 or so months. And then like Broly drops in, same deal. Oh, Broly's the best tank in the game, blah, blah, blah. And he's still one of the better tanks in the game, but like you're not using Broly, well, especially because he got replaced by Gogeta. but like it's the 3-month thing doesn't really help. In fact, that probably hurts the character's viability, because what happens is, and this is what I was trying to say with Kaioken, is if they don't have a strong team around them, then they're not able to do anything. And that was the main thing that sucked with Kaioken, was he wanted to be on Universe Survival, but there was no Universe Survival team, especially that fit around him as a blast character. And yeah, so I don't really think that they should. I don't really have a issue on the surface with the every month thing, but they've got to find a way to improve the incentive and the rates if they're going to do it every month. Eventually that will happen organically though, because we are going to get saturated with ultras at some point. And when we finally get that saturation of ultras, then things will improve. Things have to start somewhere, right? So it's just more or less, how long? Will it take a year from here? Will it take another year after that? I don't know. It just, it is what it is. All right, let's get into the breakdown. So, the first thing I want to say is that the Kid Buu v Kid Buu matches are going to be literal hell, okay? They're going to be literal hell. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe, guys, if you haven't yet. The Kid Buu versus Kid Buu matchups are going to be literal hell, because they're going to both be immune to like everything. They're going to both be healing repeatedly, nullifying this or that. It's just going to be hell. So, draws the ultimate, restores health and ki, and then does a host of debuffs: health restoration, draw, and damage received, and then draw speed level down. The funny thing about all of these is that, again, like I said, in a Kid Buu matchup, he's just going to nullify all those, because he has a passive unique that allows him to, right here, nullifies for 60 counts right here when the battle starts. So I guess if you do it outside of the 60 counts, but still, it's just really funny to me that he just does all these little things here, and it's like, oh, never mind. So outside of that, I mean, this is just an extremely generic main ability. It really is. There's nothing special about this. It's just giving him the ultimate key. Like, this is all generic stuff nowadays. But these debuffs are good. These are good debuffs, but a lot of the characters are just immune to them nowadays. Or they can clear them easily. And then we talked about the leader skill stuff. Regen, I think that there's some potential there. If Fat Buu got a better plat, I think that if they got like 1 or 2 more strong characters, I think they'd be set. Like, I like LF Cell here, but he's just a little old now. They need a new purple probably. Again, I don't know what the new free-to-play Buu does, but I imagine he's not, top end. But yeah, I think there was some potential there. And most likely it's Ultra Vegeta Blue. Yep, for the anniversary, most likely. I need Ultra Gogeta SS4 for my GT. He's a character that would fit, but I don't think they're doing GT again this year. Universe team can only be fixed with LF Tag, Goku, and Frieza. I don't think they're coming for the anniversary, by the way. They could, but they're not at the top of my list this time around. I'll get around to doing a predictions video. It's probably going to be something you guys are not expecting. It's stuff you guys are probably not expecting. That's at the top of my list. All right. Applies the following effects himself when the battle starts. He gets 110% damage, 60% cut, increases draw speed, minus 20% to the enemy's sustained damage cut effects, restores health by 30% so he has endurance, and then plus 15% to health restoration for 60 counts, can't be canceled, and then he nullifies conditions and downgrades for 60 counts as well. Again, health restoration on right here, percentage increase on top of all the damn healing in this guy's kit. Seriously, he heals everywhere. This man's healing all over the place. He's blasting and healing all over the place, man. Okay, pun intended. All right, so yeah, he's never gonna die, and then when he does die, he'll have endurance. Charges gauge whenever this character's on the battlefield or on standby. So I haven't seen it in action, but the way this one reads is that it's just automatically charging. What is the style of this gauge? Is it what is this? I don't know. It's just a passive gauge. Like, what's the icon inside of this gauge? Is it a defense gauge? I don't know what this is. Applies the following effects himself when the unique gauge is full, though. He gets another 30% damage, 10% cut, minus arts card cost, and then also increases his draw speed. So this is where Kid Buu gets kind of wonky. So when the gauge is full, he becomes obviously better. He gets more offensive with another draw speed level added in, and the card costs down. He really, really needed one of two things. He really needed cover nullification here, or a way to get his green card. His green card, I haven't got there yet, but it does give him cover nullification. But by here, he'll have 2 draw speed levels. The problem is, again, he's going to be really easy to counter offensively with just a simple switch, right? We'll kind of get to that in a little bit, because I think he has some switch punishing in the kit, but for the most part, there's no nullification happening here. but he does get more offensively. But it gets kind of wonky because after the enemy's attack is over while he has a full gauge, it completely depletes. So then the next question is, how quickly does it even heal or fill up passively, right? Now, the good news is when his gauge depletes, he'll restore 20% health. My God. There's no restriction on this, by the way. It's just going to keep happening repeatedly. Also, he does another 10% damage inflicted. Can't be canceled. Also shortens ally sub count and then randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. These are good effects, especially the sub count one. The destroy one is kind of meh, unless they did a tap punch, because this can be canceled by a tap punch. Yeah, that's the funny thing about this. It's like they could just walk up to you and tap punch or tackle you, and this will cancel it off because it doesn't say arts card; it just says an attack. So that's how that reads. In which case, like, that may punish them if you're at neutral and getting rid of their cards, but otherwise, like, after the combo's over, getting rid of the cards is whatever to me. But he does have a lot of damage potential added in the kit. We need an Ultra Hercule? No. Hello, DFree, what's up? Purple isn't bad. No, it's not bad. It's just whatever. If you're talking about regens, purple. Orange Piccolo, LOL. Maybe. Maybe. He could be a fun one. He could, an Orange Piccolo popping into regen would be crazy, man. But I'll tell you, there's only so many things regen can get, and they've been getting some fun love lately, so that's something that's on the list. A new Piccolo. And anniversary's around the corner. That could be an anniversary character. Who knows? Again, stay tuned for my preview video. The free-to-play Buu art is fire. Do you think Beast Gohan can come back at anniversary? Well, if what I just said is true, then probably so. And by the way, it'll have been, what, 6 months since he came out at that point? So, definitely summoning. Love regen. I hope you have fun, man. Buu's gauge likes hits, but it takes 15 to 25 counts. Ah, okay. 15 to 25. I need to see it in action. I think KID BUU will be really good, but outside him, not much to work with. Yeah, probably. What's up? We need a buff Buu. Oh, yeah, we need one of those really bad. Any chance we get to see LF Ultimate Gohan? Probably not. Stop smoking? I don't smoke. What are you talking about? If you're talking about the title, you guys might have missed where I said that KID BUU isn't actually bad. When does Beast Gohan return? I just kind of answered that he probably will return soon. Just joined. What's up? What's up? Oh, how are you doing? Doing good. Hope you guys are as well. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so pure and innocent evil. Knock enemy back to long range if recovers performed against their strikes. Combos into the blue card. His blue card was really powerful. So his blue card, massive explode, applies the following effects to self upon activation, restores ki by 20, and restores vanishing gauge by 100 twice. So this is irrelevant on the cover change because obviously he'll already have that, but this is just a very powerful card. But this is nice, destroying all their cards on hit, also inflicting enemies with no switching upon activation if his gauge is full. Like just imagine covering in on a cover change with Buu, throwing this blue card while you have full gauge and they can't do a switch. Now it'll be kind of iffy because there's going to be a slight pause where the game won't let you like quick dash in or anything like that. But if you could find a way to be hyper aggressive, maybe you gotta use a blast card and you know they don't use a long range blue card to punish you, but maybe use a blast card and they vanish it and they're still in this 3-second window where they can't switch. That's a free rush. Like, this is like pretty exploitable. It just depends on the circumstance, but you can exploit this. And so basically just throwing this, but again, you have to have the full gauge. And obviously in this your hand, you'll have to be cover changing versus a strike. But if you can get this off, this is very powerful. And then otherwise, just naturally restoring your gauge twice is really good. Okay. Applies following effects itself every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. Restores health by 2% and restores ki. So this is really, really, really powerful. The healing is good. It's kind of whatever. But the ki back. The ki back when he draws cards, it's kind of reminiscent of Evolution Vegeta and a few other characters where he's got a lot of draw speed in his kit, especially when he has that full gauge. So this extra ki is going to really, really help. I don't believe his blast card gives him ki back. Yeah, it doesn't. If his blast card gave him ki back, he'd be eating really good. But he does pick up some ki recovery down below because that's the next thing we're looking for is how quickly is his ki restore. His ki restore is good, but he's going to need more natural like ki recovery in his kit, which I think he has a little bit lower after we get through this. But yeah, the healing though, again, he's going to heal a lot. And also, if you're getting early priority within that first 60-second counts, this healing plus that 15% bump is going to be really nice. And like I said, if you're using him on a team with Super Baby 2, that main ability from Baby is going to really help. So Kid Buu is just going to heal a ton. For just existing, right? Applies the following effects itself every time this character uses a strike or blast. So this is also going to be happening concurrently. These are going to happen. This all happens in one combo type deal. They don't have to happen together, but they can happen at the same time. Plus 10% special move damage, plus 10% ultimate damage, and plus 10% key recovery. Oh yeah, there it is. It was literally the next few lines. So yeah, he's going to start picking up a lot of key. This is where I said earlier, he really needed that cover nullification here, or some way to draw that green card, because what's going to happen is if you don't have the green card at the start of the combo, especially if you have a full gauge, it's going to get kind of tricky. You'll have to play kind of cute. You have to drop combo a few times, things like that. But if you do have it at the start of the combo, say you just switch in off a blast, use a green with Kid Buu so it doesn't drop the combo, that one's the first card in your hand, you got the full gauge, you're going to be able to just destroy them. You're going to destroy. They can't do anything about it. But again, that's a super specific scenario. And we see what's kind of happening here, where we're getting these characters like Kid Buu, like I've explained, like he's got a lot of situational stuff. That's good. It's good stuff. But we have characters like Rose and like Gogeta that just produce stuff for no reason, that just win you the game for no reason. Stuff like that stupid, I'm never going to get over it. That stupid gauge on Gogeta is the most dumb thing in the game ever. Now, Rose has some equally dumb stuff, but that just conceptually is stupid, because what it does is it completely punishes the player for playing the game. That's and doesn't he also do it? Doesn't he also counter your blue card like that are beam based, the projectile blue cards? So like, what do you do if your hand is blast cards and you got a blue card that also is projectile? What do you do? Nothing, because he's gonna throw it right back at you, and he's gonna use a blue in your face because he drops one for free. Like, so like Kid Buu doesn't have that level of just F you, which I'm cool with. But the problem is that they've already hit that peak, right? And I think that they're gonna keep trying to toe the line with some of these characters and try not to exceed what they've already done. But trust me when I say this, there will come a time where Kid Buu is, or not Kid Buu, where Rose and Gogeta are just easily power crept. Like Beast Gohan, easily still like one of the better characters in the game, but that dude is not what he was 3 or 4 months ago. Why? Because these other characters exist. They just do dumb stuff, right? So Rose is going to be really, really strong for a long time, but his effects and stuff like that are going to get easily power crept out. But again, the problem is that when you try to not surpass that and you produce premium characters like Kid Buu, you have good characters that can compete, but you're not really impacting the top end of the meta all that much, right? You are, but not all that much, because it's just weird. Are you going to have power creep or are you not? Are you going to power creep the best characters in the game or the other 99% of the game? Like, what's the objective here, right? So I think that this is good, but the issue is that we've hit that level already, right? Okay, what am I predicting for Annie? I've already kind of dropped a few hints in this video, so stay tuned for the extra upcoming video for that. Ultra Freeze would be cool. Might bring Cooler back. That'd be a fun one. Do you know when Annie is coming? In less than a month, about 3.5 weeks. Ladies of Evil is dead, correct. Ultra Perfect Cell or Ultra SS2 Gohan, which would you prefer? Gohan easily. I would have preferred if they did this Steam animation after the gauge is full, but they did not do anything special with this. Oh, I forgot I was gonna watch the freaking, I haven't seen that little trailer video where they show his animations. I forgot that was gonna be a part of this stream. I'll have to watch it after because I forgot to load it up. People say Rose is worse than Gogeta, but it's more like people got used to Gogeta Blue's gauge. It's still absurd. Yeah, I've gotten used to Gogeta's gauge, and I've if you watch a lot of the videos, I found ways to just kind of play around it or things like that. And sometimes I'll just flat out just give him the gauge because I don't want to have him control my entire playstyle. But that is I think the single most absurd thing in the whole game still. I think Rose is like, some of the stuff he does is like almost right there. Like it's like 1A, 1B type stuff. But like that single most annoying, stupid thing in the game, I think we've had it for 5 months or whatever now, so we're used to it, which is true. Yeah. Oh, and the fact that it activates mid combo. Yeah, you're right. The fact it just does it passively on its own mid combo. Wait, what is that? What is that? And then they try to destroy your strikes and stuff to make you do it. It's very reminiscent of that red Gogeta when he got a Zenkai, Super Gogeta, his green card. They're like, oh, we're gonna what? What does he do? Seal your strikes? No, he seals your blasts, right? So you have to use a strike, and you can punch him in the face, and he activates an auto win green card basically at that time. That counter would pop off, and you're just gonna lose the game, right? So like, yeah, they're trying to be funny, man. Who's my favorite character to play right now? It's the Yellow Super Saiyan 2 Goku Zenkai. Check out the video I did on him. It's actually called my favorite character in the game right now. Think Kid Buu is going to be top 3? Probably not. Need to see him. He doesn't go neutral in any way. I do believe he's going to be Hit's victim. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was one thing I was going to bring up later. Kid Buu, we haven't finished his breakdown because I'm talking to you guys a lot. So thank you. I appreciate it. If you're enjoying, hit that thumbs up as usual. Subscribe. But yeah, the lack of neutrality is a really big deal. We have an Ultra Broly. I don't know what that's in reference to. Love you, man. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Love you too. Yeah, actually joking with the title. Yes, I am. How am I doing? Doing pretty good. I love Gotenks as needed. Correct. Is he really garbage? No. So if you disliked because you didn't hear me say that he's not actually garbage, please change that. DFree is live. Correct. This video, this was just an excuse to come live. I wanted to come live. I haven't done it in a while. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so we talked about the cover change and how broken that is. Also, we talked about drawing cards. Okay, so here we are. The following effects occur when the enemy activates Rising Rush while he is on the battlefield. It activates once, restores the Vanishing Gauge, and cancels their upgrades and buff effects. So let me break this down briefly for you. This is a good effect. It's also better than it sounds. The only reason this would come into play is if they did something stupid where like they I don't want to say did something stupid, but like if they tried to rush you after you vanish or something, or you know what I'm saying. But most people in majority of cases are going to rush you as part of their combo. They're going to end that like that, right? They're going to end it in a rush. But this will come into play if they if for whatever reason you guys are at neutral or whatever. This is where I said that the Kid Buu, if you remember what I said earlier, the Kid Buu versus Kid Buu matchups are going to be hilarious. Nothing is going to land. They completely counter each other. It's really funny because let me break it down to you. I broke down how that no switch thing on the blue card, how that could lead to a free rush on the opponent. Well, not if the opponent is Kid Buu. Why? Because he's going to get his vanish right back. See what I'm saying? It's really, really funny. There's so many things. All those debuffs. Oh wait, Kid Buu's immune to all those debuffs. The nullify endurance stuff nullifies what enemies' endurance when this character attacks can't be canceled. Like it's just weird stuff. Like they interact like nothing's gonna happen. It's really funny. So also canceling upgrades and buff effects is fun stuff. That's just language for like if it happens to land, that he might not get one shot, right? I don't know if will this cancel endurance nullification? That's not the way that word that is worded, is that it's not. Okay, so Gogeta has the on Rising Rush nullify effect. Nullifies blah, blah, blah. Will this nullify this? It doesn't say that it's a buff effect, but it is. It is a buff effect. It doesn't say it is. It doesn't say apply buff effect, nullify XYZ, but it is. I think that's what the design choice is for this, because otherwise maybe it would work on a character like the LF androids. I think that's what the design choice is. I think he's designed to counter him. He's good though. Yeah, he is good. Kid Buu is very good. It does, yeah, okay, because it doesn't, the wording is off, but I assume that's what that's for. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, it cancels Gogeta's endurance nullifier. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought it was for, but just it's kind of weirdly worded. Okay, also, when two allies are defeated, he 100% charges his gauge and nullifies enemies. Restore health when it reaches 0 effects when he attacks. Can't be canceled. Oh my god. This guy. This is really funny. This is really funny because, like, if again, just like I was saying, if it's a Kid Buu matchup, he's just gonna He's gonna take that off, right? Cancel the buff effect. He's gonna take this effect off. If you got one Kid Buu and a last man standing, and they activate their rush versus another Kid Buu to try to nullify the endurance, he's just gonna take it off. It's so funny. What the we got to see these in action, but I'm believing that that's how that works. But this is basically like the LF Androids effect kicking in right here when he's last man. All right. Blast armor on the strike is nice to see. That's very uncommon for Kid Buu. In fact, this is the first one of the game, so nice to see. We also have, so someone could just waste it. I'm annoyed it's only once, so someone could just, oh yeah, I was going to bring that up, I forgot. Yeah, this only activating once is kind of wonky. It's kind of wonky. But I guess I understand it. Null again, and more debuffs here. It's good. This will help him do more damage, a lot more damage. Obviously, it's on both of his cards, and under his peak playstyle, he has multiple draw speed levels. He's getting a lot of key. He's just gonna do a lot of damage, but he doesn't have nullification until he gets the green, which he has to draw green organically, right? So the blue card, we already broke that down. Very powerful. It does have blast armor though, very nice if you're using it naturally. And this vanish restoration at the end of a combo is going to be coming in handy, especially with destroying all the enemy's cards on hit. So they're going to be waiting for a split second there, you know, when you guys get reset back to neutral. All right, the green card. I talked about this a while ago. First and foremost, it is an AoE green card. This is very important. This is very important because it's a combo starter. It's a combo starter. And you know what I always say for these characters that have these combo starter green cards? I don't care who you are. It doesn't have to be an AoE green. It could be like freaking LF Vegito Blues where he just freaking punches you and gets the full or SS4 LF Gogeta. Like, anyway, if you have it, you need to have Nullify cover. At the bare minimum, it needs to be like Zamasu's. LF Zamasu's, where he does the timer count thing. Something to stop you from instantly getting knocked back in this freaking combo. And he has that. Restores key, gets damage, changes blasts into strike cards, and applies the buff effect to nullify cover change. This is why I said that Kid Buu needs this card early. If he wants to really go peak Kid Buu, he needs this in his hand, because everybody else is just going to cancel him out. Draws a special move arts card next on hit if this character's unique gauge is full. So to even make it crazier, here's the combo loop for Kid Buu. Ideally, you have this green at the start of a combo, and you get that combo. You got those 2 draw speed levels, and when you're drawing cards, you are going to be getting the 10 key plus the key recovery. And obviously, if you have that second draw speed level, that implies that your gauge was full. And if your gauge was full at the time of this hit, you're going to force draw a blue card too that you can end the combo with to do a ton of damage, restore your vanish, etc. So Kid Buu has a really, really easy to use combo loop, right? So I really do like the way that he's designed in terms of that. The ultimate, plus 20% damage, nullify endurance. The following effects occur on hit. A portion of the damage is dealt to enemies on standby. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 counts, and it has blast armor. So he has he has a main ability seal and a no switch. And then the Z ability is for most of us, because I'm only going to get him once, is what? This one? 30% strike attack and defense. So the ending here, before we just get to chat exclusively where I talk to you guys, is that Kid Buu is actually phenomenal. I think Kid Buu is really, really good. I do think that there's an avenue for him not to be that great in actual gameplay, just because we need to see the characters in action. So that's something that's on the table. I don't really think that'll be the case. Do I think Kid Buu is like top 3? No, I don't think he's there. Do I think he has top 5 potential? Sure. I think that it will depend more on the teams that he's going to be applied to. I think Kid Buu, though, outside of worrying about where he ranks among the top end of the game, has some really fun team compositions that you can run him on. Things I'm thinking about is something like a yellow-blue team with him and Vegito Ultra and the new tag that just came out. That could be a really fun team with double endurance and nullifying Rising Rush with the freaking preparation. It could be a really fun team, and it could punish some higher end teams too. You're gonna run into trouble with Rose, but that's to be expected if you run a team like that. You could probably beat it because you could tag, but you get my point. Also, I think Regen, I talked about earlier, could be a fun team to run. There's multiple characters in Regen that could fit well with Kid Buu, and his Ultra ability really wants you to run him on Regen anyway, so why not? Even though, like I said, well, actually, in that case, you just run the previous team with the triple Buu Saga characters. You just run... No. Ultra Vegito his isn't for Majin Buu Saga. It's for freaking Fusion Warrior. So yeah, somebody's just missing out. I was gonna say his is Majin Buu, so you could just put him on the bench. No. He doesn't have to be a leader. No, that's not the case. So I hate Ultra abilities. They're terrible. So anyway, Buu's good. I think that he has a lot of things in his kit that could age well. I'm just really skeptical, especially this close to anniversary, about whether or not you should pull. I don't think, one thing is for sure, I don't think he's the second coming of Rosé or anything like that. I think they purposely held back in multiple ways with this guy by making wonky stuff like, oh, when he gets hit, his gauge depletes, and he loses some of the buffs that he has, like the offensive buffs, and he just kind of heals and just starts building up again. A couple other things happen, but yeah, like they purposely did funny stuff like that and design him in a way where he is going to be healing repeatedly, etc. And I also think that they made him with Ultra Gogeta obviously in mind. The blue Gogeta, right? Not, God damn it, Super Saiyan blue Gogeta. I think that they clearly made him with him in mind. So if you're looking for a counter to Rosé, I think that at the earliest, it's for the anniversary. Because this is our quote-unquote counter. Not really, because you know what I'm saying. Quote-unquote counter for Super Saiyan blue Gogeta. But if you're looking for a Rosé counter, the earliest is probably anniversary. My point is it probably takes them about 4.5, 5, 6 months if they really want to put out a counter to a character. Okay, let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, there is some gameplay I saw, but I'm not really like... I think it was from a couple modders, but like they're not really trying to play the game. It's just more so just to watch animations. You know what I'm saying? It's not... I can't really take anything from that. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. It better be a quick green too. Yeah, he needs that. That green card needs to activate pretty quickly. Buu should get his unique gauge filled 2 times faster because of how fast it goes. Well, it just goes right down. So you need to tap attack this dude. Correct. If you tap attack him once, his buffs just entirely change. So like, it's just funny. Like there's a whole slew of things he gets when it's full, including perks like drawing that blue card on the green card if it's full. And then was there anything on the blue? No, it didn't look like there. No, yeah, including perks like no switch and drawing a blue card. There's added perks that are happening on other cards if the gauge is full. So his gauge, somebody said it filled like 15-20 seconds. That may be too slow. You know what I'm saying? I need to see it. That may be too slow. Am I summoning? No. I will do 1 rotation. That's the same thing I did for Rosé. That's the same thing I did for Hit. Because I am free to play adjacent. I do not spend very much anymore. It's just, I just don't. I have been producing videos for you guys, and I'm happy with the way I've been doing it. So I will spend a little more for the anniversary. But like, let me just show you like kind of what I mean. There was a time 6 months ago where I wasn't missing anything. And now I'm missing a slew of characters. And then even like the newer characters are pretty low star. So I'm not really like, I don't even have like these LFs at like the second copy because I only pulled them once and I just multi-Z powered them. 17, same deal. Like I'm not, I spent like $10 this month. So like I'm not real. So like I will do 1 rotation just on the chance I can get him, but I don't expect it. So I'm not going to go crazy. His green card is worse than Blue Zamasu's. Blue Zamasu's green card is really good. To be honest, I think Legends are still working on Buu. They better not be. He comes out in less than 48 hours. They better not still be working on him. If you're here, I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We got the video at 350 likes. I'd like to see it get over 400 if possible. Anyway, let's keep going. Otherwise, he's hitting you hard. I missed your first comment. Oh yeah, you need to tap attack him, otherwise he's hitting you hard. Yeah. I did not go over Buuhan. Is the tag androids going to have any effect on Ultra Kid Buu? So the tag androids, their interaction with Kid Buu is So he has that effect that cancels their effects. Freaking Kid Buu is just here to just cancel that stupid one. He's the only character in the game that cancels any effects like that. It's really funny. I always say they just make stuff up. I've been saying that since the anniversary last year, where it's like, dude, they're just producing stuff now. And they've been doing it consistently. I do like it. I do like it to an extent because it's adding more flavor to the game. But like Kid Buu is just like literally the only character doing this. And all the characters that have been coming out are the only characters doing some of the things they're doing. No, he will nullify it on the Rising Rush only. So if they kill him naturally, they're just gonna kill him. That's the way I understand this. If like a character like LF Frieza or the androids just kill him naturally, that the way I'm understanding is that they'll just kill him. His green card is a tag Super Saiyan 4 is on steroids. I will take your word for it because I don't know everything that theirs do. Probably won't summon because it's an ultra banner. Yeah, it's really bad. The Zamasu green is really good. Yeah, I talked about that. Same, rarely get an ultra. Can we please start getting full anti-blast armor units? Those are very rare. Very, very rare that we see anti-blast armor on blast cards. Watch the gameplay video. Yeah, I assume that you mean the... you guys keep saying gameplay videos. I think there's a couple different things you guys are talking about. The one on that Legends probably put out, and then also some modder ones. I can't really take too much from them in the context of what I need to know anyway, either of them. So the title says otherwise. The title was satire. The funny thing is I made that title super long so people didn't see the very end of the title where it has the -S, which means sarcasm. People don't see that though. I made it super long. He needs to be on the battlefield to cancel your buff so you can rush with Gogeta if Kid Buu isn't on the battlefield and you are fine. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I thought that kind of went without saying. You're not wrong, but yeah, he can't do it if he's not out there. Should look at Super Buu. I will, just another time. My throat's already kind of going. I need a swig of some water that I don't have. Tag Idler is going to have an effect. I already answered that. Was barely able to get them 2 copies to LLZ power alone. Wow. Free to play, in my opinion, would be a gateway for one of the anti-units abilities. Oh, the free to play Buu? You think that he'll be needed for one of the new characters? I think that they're done with Buu Saga. They gave us another equip. I don't think anything else is coming out of Buu Saga. Well, they might do one more week or so, but this is the end. What's going to happen from here is there's going to be a lull. There probably isn't even an LF in 2 weeks because the anniversary is coming. If there is an LF in 2 weeks, by the way, we're in trouble. Like, we are actually in trouble because I don't know what they're doing. In my opinion, will be... already answered that. Not putting Power Awakening Piccolo on this banner is kind of lame. I think that there's a chance Piccolo comes back sooner than later because it's just been a long enough time. So, yeah. And he's immune to... paralysis. Yeah, he's immune to everything for the first 60 counts, which is why I said it was really funny that, like, again, that Kid Buu v Kid Buu matchup is going to be really funny with like all these and then the strike and blast doing those debuffs. It just, nothing's going to stick. Like, it's really funny. They should have just made that green card. You guys can't see my screen. I was just showing you the other screen. Like I was, yeah, all these main ability stuff and then like the blue card and blast card. Excuse me, the strike and blast. They should have just made the green card a drag down from the legs to make the opponent stunned, or maybe a green taunt that forces the opponent to instantly use a strike attack. How do you do that? Like, trying to stun the opponent, they'll probably just be immune to that, right? How do you make them use a strike though? Are you saying like it's part of the animation where they like hit him and then he just knocks them back or something? Like a counter? Like, I don't really know. Kid Buu kit is Kit Buu. Regen and androids. If I want a unit, I'll try to get them. But if not, it's not. If it's not worth it, I don't bother. Yeah, that's fair. Freaking chat's going so fast. I'm really far behind. The funny thing is the stupid chat just refreshed on me. Oh man, I lost where I was at. Okay. I'm confused on why Super Buu's art is just better than the Ultra. Yeah, I think Super Buu is kind of a weird one. Like, they just decided they were going to do better art, and it just kind of happened. Super Buu is a pretty good support. Really should look at... Okay. I can't really do it, but if he has a support character that's making him better, that's really good. However, He shouldn't need that. That's just that simple. He shouldn't need that. He shouldn't need it. The only character that really has consistent support among the top end is who? Gogeta, and that's on movies with Pan. He shouldn't need it. But if he's a really good support, that's really good. That means that that's going to be a fun team. But I can't look through Kid Buu. Not now. I really don't have. I am struggling to get through the comments. 21 cells in Buu's oh my. So what's your conclusion about Buu? Oh yeah, if you didn't hear it, I think Buu's really good. I think he's top 10 easy. That's to be expected though. He's an ultra. I think he has top 5 potential, and that's probably about it. I think he's very dependent on certain teammates, and I think he's going to be more fun than he is competitive to me. He'll be able to put up with all the best in the game. He's clearly designed to counter Gogeta. That doesn't mean Gogeta will be able to handle him or not. But I think that the main downside with Kid Buu, I didn't really talk much about it, was the lack of neutrality, because he's going to get his face stomped in by characters like Hit, who's also among the top in the game. It's just going to absolutely decimate this guy. It's just stuff like that. But again, type advantages, it happens to every character, right? But I think that neutrality would have been huge for this guy. It's like he's just missing it. The other best characters in the game pretty much all have it. He's just missing it. So probably said this earlier, but your thoughts on the Super Buu art, really good. I said that like I didn't put out a video because it was going to be like ear rape, because like my I was just yelling. I was so hyped. Many people already got Buu, but I personally don't like his gameplay. I assume you're talking about the Super Buu. I have not even got that far yet. Super Buu free to play. I have not checked him out. The blue color Super Saiyan God Blue Goku is a 7-star, no Zenkai Awakening yet. Purple color God Goku is, I don't know what you're talking about. About to get into 2KCC. With 2KCC, good luck. 1K in a dream, baby. Good luck. Yell hashtag Krillin for it. Hashtag Krillin it. Post it in the comments. What does Kid Buu nullify on the androids? He nullifies the ability to androids. Gogeta Ultra has it too when he uses the Rising Rush. The old LF Frieza, Demon King Piccolo, go far back, Rildo, like these characters. There's like less than 10 characters in the game that do this, but androids do an effect where they're LF Rose. They are going to nullify you on all their actions, right? They're going to nullify your endurance if they tap punch you. They're going to nullify your endurance on everything. They nullify you obviously if they use a rush. Kid Buu, specifically, if they're using a Rising Rush, Kid Buu will not get nullified. It applies to all those characters. Free-to-play Buu has a new effect where he nullifies anti-key effects. That's insane. I got to check that out later, but it sounds pretty crazy. I also got Honey Pan Extreme. Nice. You're going to want to do Ultra Space-Time Rushes from Metals to Zenkai Awaken Blue Goku. Are you guys talking about my box or somebody else? I think you guys are helping somebody, right? I was gonna say, there's not anything I don't have Zenkai yet. The fact every premium that comes out gets Strike or Blast Armor pretty much, yet we rarely get Anti-Blast Armor is odd. Well, yeah, that's very true. I read the title in full and still missed the sarcasm design. If you change your time to Sunday on phone, you can see him in game. Oh, that's why. I did see some people saw him in the game already, and I guess that makes sense because he's coming out on Sunday. It's actually Saturday night for me, but yeah. I've been following you since the Dokkan race days with you and Ryan. What's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate it. I already talked about my conclusion for Buu. Just got Youth Gohan. Get Rose and Hit first. Yes, they are better, but you can't just say go get them. Like you. Good luck. You can't just say go get them first. No chance for top 1. No. Kid Buu. No. He can peak really high offensively, and he's going to be healing limitlessly. Like, he's always going to be healing. He has endurance. He has it's kind of okay, but he's got some good last man standing stuff, kind of. He gets the full gauge again. Like, that's good. It's not anything crazy, but anyway, he just so do all those other characters. I think that's the main takeaway, is that when they produce good characters, you have to also look at the surrounding good characters, right? You got to look at what they've done to this game. And I always pointed out in videos, is like, the power creep is insane, because we shouldn't be at a point where characters with auto win or auto do this and that effects like Gogeta or Hit or whatever. These characters shouldn't exist. We should never have got here, right? We shouldn't have got here. So how do you combat that? You put out other strong characters. So inevitably, when it's time to surpass those characters, we're going to be saying the same thing again. Like, dude, how did the power creep get? Because I said this in a video recently. I used like, who was it? Like Yellow Tapion. And I was like, you know, on the surface, Yellow Tapion has like everything you'd want in a character. He does everything. Seriously. And then to top it all off, he does that Hirudegarn effect, which does a crap ton of damage. But you don't see him anymore. You don't hear about him anymore. You don't talk about him anymore. It's not just because his, you know, teams or whatever, because you could still use him if you want to. It's because the bar has risen so high that a character like that, who should not be power crept by normal standards, because again, he does mostly everything you want. There's a few things he doesn't do, but he does mostly everything. But we've got there. So then when you talk about ultras and you say, okay, well, is Kid Buu going to be one? Well, no, he's not. And to be honest, I'm happy with that. I don't want another one. I don't want another character that's better than the garbage characters we have at the top of the list right now. And I've never been, as somebody that's played this game since day one on my channel, I am probably like the original YouTuber for this game. I have been doing videos on this game since the moment it got announced. A lot of people did do that, but I was covering interviews, I was covering art, I was covering everything, okay? And I have never been this demonstrative about, I don't like where this game is right now. So you really have to take it seriously, because I'm not just saying this for my health. I've never been this demonstrative. I've never said I don't like what they're doing. I've always been critical. I've always said, this is bad, that's bad, they don't give us enough of this, they don't do enough of that. But I never said from a character design standpoint that they are going down fast in terms of the production of characters. I like the originality. I like Hit getting a time step. I like the Hirudegarn effect when that popped up. I hated the auto win on Ultra Instinct, but I really like the idea of him dodging and then countering you. I like XYZ things that they've been doing. Just trying to find creative ways to spice up the game. But the problem is the damn power creep. So to answer your question, no, he's not one. No, he doesn't have a chance at one. And I am very happy he doesn't. So sorry I ranted. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. So many comments I missed. His unique gauge popping after receiving attacks stacks a 10% damage buff. So if that mechanic pops 4 times in games, that would be an extra 40%. Yeah, that's the way I read it too, is that like the effect to get the extra damage doesn't have a cap on it either. He just keeps getting it. So that's good too. So that's why I said he could peak really, really high with damage. I've only got like 9k CC, dude. I just spent some on the tags. I spent like 2 rotations. I'd love to see the Cell Saga revisited. That would be Warp Kamehameha again, a new one. That would be nice. Chance, but doesn't it matter which color he belongs? What do you mean? He's yellow. So like yellow is a cool color. It's not a bad color for anything. Sorry if I skipped over some. What do I think about how they'll do Vegito Blue? I'm not sure. I'm not there yet. I don't know. They're gonna come up with something, like I just said, where they're gonna create something again. Are you sure you are getting Buu? I'm not sure I'm getting anything. If you could add any character, who would it be? I want to see Krillin in the Piccolo outfit from the Broly movie, the second Broly movie. Or Great Saiyaman Super Saiyan 2. They need a card that breaks blast armor and send your opponent back, not just give high damage. Oh, that could be fun. Yeah, that could be a fun thing. It's going to be another one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, we have our first character doing this mechanic. Because they just be, dude, I swear to God, since the anniversary, they just been making stuff up. And again, I'm not complaining about it because I like it in the sense of originality, but like they just be just producing stuff. It's like every new character has a new gimmick. They had a reason to make him busted like Rose because Regen is always in a tight spot since the Super Buu era, but now they decided to somewhat balance him annoying. Yeah, they could have easily made him better than they did. I mentioned earlier, but there's like wonky stuff in his kit, like, you know, how tap punches can just deplete his gauge. Like that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be a thing for Kid Buu. You know what I'm saying? I understand that it's actually kind of a feature to have it deplete so easily because he could stack it back up and keep going, like we just mentioned a second ago. It's just weird. But there's other weird stuff in here, like how he doesn't get a green and he needs the green. He's dependent on his green card. He's actually dependent on it. to fit in the current meta, because he has all these buffs, but what does that matter if they're just going to knock you back? Yeah, you can drop combo, you can do all that fun stuff, but what does it matter if you drop combo accidentally and they get priority off that? So he needs that green card, but they could easily give him a way to get it easily. Now, like I said, I think KID BUU has some fun teams. You could put him alongside like Majin Vegeta Zenkai and get green cards if you want them. No, Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, they produce Super Saiyan 2 Goku, especially the Zenkai one. He produces Zenkais for no reason. Or not Zenkais, green cards for no reason. You can get the green cards, but like, that's just different. Like that's a DFree video waiting to happen. That's not competitive top-end gameplay relative to the other good characters in the game. We might get LF KID BUU's Zenkai. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they could, but you know, I think they're mostly done. A free-to-play character with a new Ki Blast Arts card instead of doing more damage nullifies blast armor, aka knockback. Yeah, we just kind of talked about that. I'm going to subscribe. Episode live stream, great DBL content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I also want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We did hit our goal of 400 likes, so thank you. Is KID BUU looking like you'll only need one copy or more? For the record, you don't need one copy on any character anymore. That's if you want them peak, you got to be there. But I'll say that I don't think KID BUU is as dependent on that second copy or more as Broly was. Broly was like hyper dependent on it. Like if you wanted Broly to be competitive, you really needed that second dupe. KID BUU I think is fine, despite being a defense type. Like I think you can make do with one. We're gonna get more arc later this year. We won't get more or anything until they bring back the anime. Like it's just not gonna. It's completely off the table. They're not gonna skip. Like they're not gonna go based off the manga. And this is not conjecture. This is everything I know. These are things I've been told, etc. That stuff is off the table. It's completely off the table. It's not even a discussion. So that's why they keep just retreading content. But that also means that they are going to be bringing back the anime at some point, because that just makes sense. They're not going to just not ever animate these characters and arcs and then put them in all their games, not just this game, but all their games, their console games too. I can bear witness that Donnie was doing videos on Dragon Ball episodes, the cards, Dokkan. Yeah. Long time sub, Kagayu, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. But yeah, dude, like I am like this game's going crazy right now. Legends will be dead soon due to power creep unless they pull a Genshin and stop making new characters better. Did Genshin do that? That's a really interesting design. They're leaning more into story if they're doing that, which is cool. Legends doesn't have that luxury, unfortunately. Only reason I stay is because I believe in the eventuality of gaining an Ultra, but at a really slow pace. You'll get one eventually. It may take until they increase the rates on them, right? But when that happens, you'll feel good about it. Hopefully they're not power crept too badly by then. That's the scary thing about Ultras, is how power crept are they going to be when they produce, you know, when they finally make these changes we want. Like, is Kaioken gonna still be usable at all? Like, he's not really now, so like, you know. By the 7th Annie, Zeno will be in the game with blue stars. Okay, let's delete that comment. Will the live breakdowns be a regular thing from now? If I can get to them in time. I wanted to do this. Well, they kind of did a weird schedule this week. Had they done their normal schedule, or where we would have got the data mines 2 or 3 nights ago, right? The normal schedule, where they didn't do anything, I would have done one then. But if I can get to them in time and the data mines come out at a reasonable time, because it comes out around my dinner time, and I'm trying to have, you know, dinner with my wife and kids and stuff, and then I got to get my kids in bed for school the next morning. Well, actually, they don't have school on Wednesday because we took that day off. Anyway, so it just kind of depends. Like, even if the whales have everything, if we keep getting almost predatory ultra banners on the monthly, I'd probably be burnt out too. Yeah, it's kind of why I don't really care about pulling as much anymore. It's just also I stopped after playing the damn gacha games for so long. I can't. Summons actually really get under my skin. Like I can't. I don't like summoning. I just don't. I dread summoning. So yeah. All right. I want an Ultra Vegeta when he first turns Super Saiyan against androids. That'd be a cool one. I've been playing since the beta. Loved being a beta tester. If it was fun. Yeah, the game was really good back in those days. I sometimes go back to some really old streams of gameplay, like around that time. The game looks so different. So different. Legends will be dead. I already answered that one. I'm saving CC and I don't know for what. I was thinking to save for the anniversary, but I'm worried it'll be like this anniversary, which was trash. The unit had no longevity, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know about longevity because it seems like almost no characters have it. So my best advice would just be, if you like a character, pull for them, because at the end of the day, the game is a game. Okay, it's not. I mean, it's competitive, kinda, but it's as competitive as a PvP gacha game can be, right? Anyway, it's a game. It's for your enjoyment. So that's the most important thing. Should I just say for Ultra Super Vegeta's banner again? Vegito's banner again? Hell no. You're going backwards. Ultra Super Vegito got some relevance again because I believe he's in the boost system, but do not be fooled by that. That's another thing. I've talked about it ever since that stupid featured boost came out. That's a terrible decision, and it's not a terrible decision for them. It's a terrible decision in terms of us, because they purposely put that effect in where new characters on release look better than they actually are for like 3 months, because they wanted to inflate the way the characters looked, because it's a multi threat attack. You see us uploading videos and this character looks amazing, so that may make you want to go pull for it. You get your face kicked in by these characters that are having unfair advantages to their kits, you know, for 3 months or whatever, and you probably go and try to pick up that character. So it was the stupidest thing ever in terms of gameplay, but it was a really smart decision monetarily. I got to put some respect on it. But yeah, anyway, Vegito is not all that great. I used him just before the boost, and I was heavily unimpressed. But he's a year old, and then apparently in Legends, a year is a long time in Legends now. My God, characters getting power crept in just a couple months. Some characters get power crept instantly. So like a year is, man. I remember when EX Honeypan was terrifying unit in PvP. Oh yeah, those status effects. Oh yeah. Is Kid Buu looking like you'll only need one copy? You already answered that. Vegito's gonna be dead soon. Yeah, I just talked about that. He's only relevant right now because, like, it's not even like he's bad. It's just like Tapion. It's exact same thing. He's a character that shouldn't be power crept, but is. You're right. Also, I share the same feeling. Me too, Dame 1 player. Yeah, big ups, bro. But so for all Ultras on 2023, been behind since already Ultra Gogeta Blue was in the game. I would say I thought it's an ultra heavy meta. There is a lot of diversity anyway. There's only really 3 Ultras that you see. And really, there's really only 2 Ultras you see. It's Rose and Gogeta. That's it. The third will be Hit, but you don't see anybody else. Yeah, you don't see anybody else anymore. Well, right now, you'll see Vegito a little bit. The free-to-plays are off the table. Blue Gogeta is just dead. You don't see anybody else. So, like, that's it. It's not really that it's not a diverse meta. It's not that it is either. It's just kind of stagnant and stale. And that's been the case for the past, like, year and a half, where, like, since they started putting out less characters, the meta has not been able to evolve. The underrated thing about them putting out 1 or 2 characters on banners was that meant that we're only getting 2 or 3 new characters an entire month, right? We would get some Zenkais, but Zenkais haven't been busted for a long time because of multiple reasons as to why, but they shifted the power dynamics, so Zenkais are largely irrelevant. But the underrated thing is with them putting out less characters, that meant that the meta is not evolving. So you're going to see the same characters for a little bit longer, which ironically gives an inflated sense of how good a character actually is for a longer period of time. While we're talking about how they're getting power crept out, they're kind of not, but they are, right? It's kind of weird. But moving on here. What's good? What's up? It's only been a while. It's full. He doesn't stack. It just resets. Oh, okay. You're talking about that extra 10% or the buff that he gets. So I think that the comment that I read earlier was saying that, you know, not that the 30 that he gets for damage when it's full stacks, but the 10 stacks down here. Which, I mean, they kind of read the same way, so he might just be flip-flopping. He may not actually stack. Piccolo outfit, Krillin as a free-to-play character? Yeah, I'm in. I'm all in. Skip. Some just ceased existing. Anyone remember LF Cooler? Exactly. LF Cooler should not have disappeared the way he did. That dude was the best character in the game for like 3 weeks. Maybe. He should not have disappeared the way he did. But, just, man, some characters just go. Leader slot was also a bad system. I think that the leader slot has a lot of potential. And did open up team creativity, but it doesn't impact the game the way that we would like it to, or the way that we thought it would initially, when the only characters going in that slot are freaking Gogeta and Rose, basically. That's all that's happening. And all it does is it lets you put them on teams that don't fit them at all, so they get all the so like on the surface, it's a good change, right? It's just weird. A lot of these things that are criticisms are like veiled criticisms. They're not really bad things, but the way it's been handled was bad. It would be dumb to release a Super Saiyan 3 Ultra after releasing another. Yeah, that's not happening. What's up? Yellow Super Saiyan 3 Goten Zenkai win. I need that yesterday. I remember when Beast Gohan was a nightmare to play against. That dude is still pretty good, but he is not what he was. What happened with Legends Road units? We don't talk about those. LF Cooler used to be so broken. No, he sucks. He did all right in my video like a month ago, but yeah, he's not anywhere near what he was. Power Awakening Piccolo. Also, like, characters like Beast Gohan or Cooler, again, they're falling out of their leader boost. Not the leader boost, the PvP boost system. So, like, they were inflatedly good when they release. This is why I say that system is like genius but terrible, because they're looking way better than they actually are. Oh my god, I'll never forget the tag Goku Vegeta when they fell out of the boost. The first tag Goku Vegeta, when they fell out of that boost, it hit them hard, and Trunks too, but it hit them really hard. They all of a sudden sucked. They actually sucked. Like, I go back to that and I think about it. I'm like, dude, these characters fell off so fast, so damn fast. And also, they were producing characters right after that were like designed to play in their meta. Like, freaking, I'll never forget. What was it? Kaioken Green Goku. He's like, comes out and he's like, oh, minus damage received from purple characters, extra damage to purple characters, whatever it is. And it's like they produce characters literally to exist in this meta, which they almost never do. Almost like they were scared of it. So like, with this tag switching mechanics and stuff. So like those characters, they fell off hard with that boost system, and now they're almost they're not almost, they are unusable. I used them in many videos recently and they're just terrible. On the surface though, their kit looks pretty nice, but Legends for you. GT needs a revival. GT gets one every other year, I guess. The problem with that is that, again, the meta's not evolving, so power creep is insane. So by the time they go back, all GT's characters are going to be bad. I didn't know there was an LF Cooler. Yeah, that dude was the best character in the game for a few weeks. You're so nice, brother, reading all the comments. Huge respect. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am almost done, though. My voice is gone. I missed the green LF Trunks. He just vanished after a month. Another character. Super good. Okay. All right. I want you guys to post in the comments which characters. I'm going to do a video on this because it deserves its own video. Which characters disappear too damn fast? Seriously. Green Trunks just fell off way fast. He really did. He fell off super fast. Oh my god. I am a strong purple character, so I can't combat Rose in any way. I hope you got the tag Goku Vegeta. They can do it, right? They can flip types. But Rose has neutral, which again, we talked about KID BUU. That's a huge thing he's missing that the other best characters have. LF Cooler really did get ghosted. Yeah, exactly. I put my tinfoil hat on for Cooler. They nerfed his damage. I remember one blue. Yeah, it's the boost system. It's the boost system. Oh my god. It's the boost system. When UL Cell comes, he will be the best unit in the game. Legends loves Rose and Perfect Cell after Super Saiyan 2. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. What equipment should you run? Oh, that's another thing I was going to mention. Just for the record, he doesn't have a ton of equips, and a lot of them are really bad. But if they do HP, the defensive stats, special move, key recovery, or strike attack, some combination of those, go for them. Some of these equips are going to just be stupid stuff like blast damage or blast increases that just doesn't do anything for him, because he even has a effect to change blast to strikes. Get the new equip. This is not a platinum well, it is a platinum, but it's not a unique equip for a KID BUU or anything like that. It's for yellow regens. This is perfect. He needs this, so just go get this. But yeah, those types of equips. He doesn't have a lot. Those are the ones you want. And I accidentally just closed the damn chat. Oh my god, I accidentally just closed the chat. Ah, man, and I won't be able to get it back up without showing you guys all my personal info, because it'll default back to this browser I have open. So I guess we're going to end here. So, I mean, it's all right. We've gone for an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. It was a lot of fun to do this. And I don't know if we'll come back with another video today because we're doing this now. But yeah, we will do a few rounds, not a few rounds, a rotation on Buu's banner. I'll probably just upload a YouTube short for that or something like that. I just put it out like I did for the tags. And if I get them, we'll be doing videos. And if not, we'll find other stuff to do because I am not going to chase KID BUU because not a huge KID BUU fan. I don't think he's going to be anything great. And I don't want to go too crazy. And I also, again, would implore, like I said earlier, the anniversary is in less than a month. It's in like 3 weeks. So like 3.5. So like, keep that in mind. If you're a free player, unless you really love KID BUU, I can't knock you for that. At the end of the day, pull for what you want, but you may want to wait. You also can kind of wait a couple weeks because the banner will be out for a couple weeks. So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see all of you in the next one.